Welcome back to the Derelict Workshop renovation series. So far I have cleared out decades of old junk, rebuilt the chimney and installed a stove, repaired the roof, replaced and treated the rotten floors, dug up the workshop floor, moved soil away from around the sides of the building and completely renovated the woodshed, removing the monster ivy, replacing the roof and filling it up with wood for future projects. In this episode, I'll be making a firewood processing machine using a second-hand electric chainsaw and cutting up the massive pile of scrap wood that has been building up through this renovation. I'm stood on a massive pile of timber and it's made up of old bits of broken furniture, bits of wood which are full of woodworm or rot or both, and it really is only suitable for turning into firewood. The saw that I'll be using for the wood processor is this electric chainsaw that I got secondhand from Facebook Marketplace for around £50. And the wood for the framing will be this recycled pallet timber, along with some brackets and some old screws. The first test. The trigger works fine, and that can be locked out with a little pin, or this should also work. Pretty good. I have included some adjustability for the trigger arm here, just so that the sensitivity of it can be adjusted really quickly and easily. Cutting depth currently is 6 inches by 9 inches, but practically that's 6 by 6 inches really. I've included a bungee in the trigger system so that if the trigger arm goes too far back, it doesn't break the system. So it just allows some flex there. It's definitely easier to operate when the trigger is more sensitive. So when this is tipped forward, it throws out chips at least a metre, maybe even 2 beyond the chain. So I'm going to try and get the dust collector in place. This setup was designed for pieces of wood full of nails like this one. By holding the wood rather than the chainsaw, it allows all sides of the wood to be inspected before choosing the cut location. The chain's popped off. I think it may have not been tight enough. Overall, this setup works really well and is perfect for cutting up wood that may have nails or screws in. It would also work well for cutting up uneven pieces of wood that won't stack well, especially if the pieces of wood are lighter on average than the chainsaw. In the next episode, I will restore a vintage table and vise and make a homemade paste using beeswax to protect it from rust.